Welcome to Samutsari, Conversations with Mimi, a weekly podcast by Dinah Social, also a member of the Guerrilla Podcast Syndicate. Samutsari is where we can show that ordinary people do extraordinary things. Tune in to be entertained and to learn something new with your host, Mimi Lorilla. Hi everybody! Welcome once again to another episode of Samutsari Conversations with Mimi. I am your host, Mimi Lorilla, and here with me today is Mr. Walter Villagonzalo, who is one of the community leaders here in the city of Windham.
Yes.
I will consider that kahit na kayo ay nasa official capacity as an elected councilor.
Not anymore.
At ngayon sa kasalukuyan po ay hindi. But in other ways, you are still very much in and around, out and about, helping to drive change and develop the community. At na-meet ko po kayo sa aking mga various efforts, officially and unofficially din. So today, pag-uusapan namin ni Sir Walter is the concept of recognizing community efforts. And I think the reason why this is an interesting topic is that bukod sa multicultural ang Australia, a lot of us are volunteering in the community. A lot of us do our share to advance and develop the interest not only of your own community group but everybody in your area. So sir, just very briefly, saan po ba nagsimula itong inyong involvement sa local community? Ano ba to? Na-bore lang ba kayo one day at naisip nyo na okay, tulong nga, or is there something else na may nag-invite ba sa inyo, or what was your history of being involved in the community?
So, mahaba-habang kwento to.
Be ready. Highlights, sir. Highlights.
Kung naka-tape ito, pwede kayong mag-break muna, mag-coffee.
Kaya nga so, dapat sa ating teleserye na tong episode natin.
Alam niyo yung nangyari. Dumating ako dito 1986. That's 34 years ago. 34 years ago. At yung experience ko, karamihan ay experience ng mga migrants and Filipinos and other migrants. One of the things that I started when I came was meron kaming inorganize na grupo called Association of Skilled Migrants in Australia. And so there were a lot of people with different skills from different migrant backgrounds na nagsama-sama and then we're sharing the same information. There was an insight, di ba? Channel 31. Merong program tungkol dyan sa mga wasted skills ng migrants. So, Filipinos and migrants have always this problem. How do I feel I belong to Australia? Right? Most migrants, pagdating dito, nagkaroon tayo ng mga problema ng we don't feel appreciated. We don't feel valued. We don't feel we are able to do what we can do to our fullest, right? Hindi tayo na-recognize, right? Hindi tayo na-recognize. Sa akin personally, I'm a graduate of the Philippine Military Academy. 4 years ako nagtapos doon. Sundalo ako. And if I stay there, I would have been a 3-star generals. So, okay ang buhay ko sa Pilipinas, but I decided to bring my family here after the EDSA revolution. Nung dinala ko dito. So I wanted to come here, but then I felt that first job ko dito sa Australia was senior systems analyst for an insurance company. Hindi ako na-discriminate tungkol sa aking skills. Hindi ako na-discriminate sa aking kulay. Although I was vice president ng AFP MBAI and AFP Savings and Loan Association. I started the computer department. Vice president ako, may 30 akong tao dito, 30 akong tao doon. Pagdating dito, systems analyst, nagpo-program.
Ibang-iba ang mundo nyo ngayon
exactly.
sa Australia from the Philippines.
Alam mo, maraming mga Pilipino nandito na sa Australia, nag-iisip sila, nagsisisi sila, bakit sila pumunta dito, bakit sila magstay. Ang sarap-sarap ng buhay ko. Ang dami-dami mga Pilipino, mga abogado, mga accountants, mga successful people, and then of course, they're coming here, alam mo, mainly, kagaya sa akin, for the sake of the children.
That's right. Pareho pala ang pathway natin, sir. The reason why I'm here is for the sake of the children. Kakalimutan mo na yung kung sino ka doon at
Yeah.
kung anong posisyon mo doon, basta ang forward-looking ka lang para sa mga ano.
Exactly. So I did not feel I belong. I did not feel appreciated. I did not feel recognized. So I was here for I was kind of doing a lot of work. I sa computer consultancy ako, nag-set up ko ng sarili kong kumpanya. I started a money remittance and cargo forwarding business, but I was still involved in a agribusiness company in the Philippines. So I traveled 2 months doon sa Pilipinas, balik dito ng 2 weeks, 2 months doon. I enjoy being in the Philippines. I belong to the Philippines. I felt belonging. I felt accomplished pag nandun ako sa Pilipinas. Pagdating dito, well, anong suwat kung graduate ka ng Philippine Military Academy? Suwat kung graduate ka ng UP, Ateneo, LaSalle, or whatever. So what? Hindi nila pinapakialaman yun. Ngayon ang isip mo, okay lang yan sa kanila, naintindihan mo yan. Pero personally deep inside,
Of course.
nasasaktan ka, di ba? Sabi mo, alam mo, meron ako mga sinasabi dun sa Pilipinas, bakit ako nandito? Maraming Pilipino umuwi na. At yun ang ginawa ko, inuwi ko yung pamilya ko. After 12 years, 5 yung anak namin, 2 dalawa dito pinanganak. Inuwi ko dahil nga madalas naman ako nandun sa Pilipinas eh. Uwi tayo, enjoy ako dun. Okay na ako dito, okay, mabubuhay ako dito sa Australia, pero mas enjoy ako dun. So, inuwi ko. I stayed there for 10 months, kasama yung pamilya ko. Yung mga bata, hindi sila sa school nagpunta, kundi correspondence course.
Okay. So something like homeschool learning.
Homeschooling. Padala sila ng mga materials from the Victorian Education Department, tapos sila nagtatrabaho. Sa bahay lang sila. Hindi sila nakapag-socialize sa mga local people. Hindi sila natututong mag-Tagalog.
Okay.
Doon. Now, pagdating doon, and then, after 12 years yun inuwi ko sila. And then after 10 months na nag-stay kami doon, I announced in a family dinner, I said to my kids, to my family, we are not going back to Australia.
Wow. Dineclare nyo na.
Oh, declare, we're not going there. We're permanently staying here. This is where I belong. Yung anak kong isa, 17 years old na, no? Alam mo naman, Pilipino mga anak, oo lang ng oo yan. Pero sabi nung dalawang anak kong medyo teenagers na, sabi niya, but Dad, we are Australians.
Correct. Dito na kasi yung parang foundation nila before nyo sila dinalik sa Philippines.
Pinag-pray namin, pinag-discuss namin mag-asawa. Kasi I know I belong to the Philippines. But the kids, they belong to Australia. But we are a family and we belong together.
Of course.
So after much discussion, we decided we'll go back for the sake of the children. So nung umuwi kami dito, sabi ko ngayon, how am I going to confront that problem of not feeling belonging?
Correct. Which is problema nyo na noon. You thought na solve nyo na nung pumunta kayo ng Pilipinas. Ngayon balik na naman.
Yun na yung naging problema ko. Anong gagawin ko? So I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to give back, which is what I would have done if I felt I belonging. If I felt appreciated and I felt valued, then I would have given back. I did not feel valued. I did not feel I belong, but I forced myself to give back. So I volunteered and I volunteered and I volunteered 50 different roles in 25 years, full time because, and then I started enjoying what I was doing, right? And the more I volunteered, the more I felt valued.
I think it's a cycle, sir. I think your experience is not really unique kasi ako at one point naramdaman ko rin yun. Pero nasabi ko, paano nga tayo magbibilong kung magkukulong naman tayo sa ating sariling lungga?
Exactly.
And even the new refugee, asylum seekers, and other skilled migrants, ang tendency nila, magkukalupumpong sila doon sa mga kalahi nila, pero wala pong growth doon. There's no growth. So, the best way for them to feel that they belong is to kind of reach out then.
Magandang slogan yun. If you want to feel you belong, wag magkulong.
Magkulong sa lungga. So, kayo po, naisip nyo sa sarili nyo ganon. Pero yung iba lost pa rin eh. Yung mga bagong salta, yung mga bagong dating, medyo lost pa sila.
Yeah.
You really have to reach out to them naman para
Mm.
they can get out. So yung isang episode natin where you talked about this barbecue as a festival is one way of, getting them out of their own. Pero dito po sa inyong ginawa, ano po yung mga nakita nyong benefit sa inyo? Nawala na po ba ang inyong feeling that you do not belong?
Yeah, that's what happened to me while I was doing more volunteering. At one time, I would have 5 roles at the same time. So I was not earning money. I was doing some part-time job. Nagda-drive ako ng truck. May truck driver's license ako. Nag-age and disability care ako. Naglilinis ako ng toilet. Pero part-time talaga yon. Yung wife ko ang full-time. My wife is also in computers. So she was working full-time.
Yeah.
But she knew that she had to support me because yun ang aming decision, magbumalik dito. Right? And she had to be the main breadwinner. Right? And I just did what I could to supplement the income. But at the same time, talagang tipid. Walang At 34 years na kami ngayon dito. 34 years. Meron pa kaming mortgage.
Ganun po talaga. Dahil ang mortgage, hindi naman dali-daling
Not according to the other people. Like my brother has 3 properties. Fully paid na yung kanilang mga. And I was a senior systems analyst. I could have paid it. Right? Immediately. Actually nga, meron akong bahay dun sa Muntinlupa na hinuhulugan namin yun. Binigay namin sa church. Tapos, itong 3 taon lang namin na kasi sabi namin sila, bayaran niyo bayaran niyo na lang yung church na yun. Kayo na magbayad ng building na yan. Pero ang ibabayad niyo, yung ipapadala ko sa inyong...
Instead of magpadala kayo...
Oo, babalik niyo sa akin. Bayad na in 3 years eh. So, there's enough money to make... And then, remittance business ako. I was in cargo forwarding. I could do that. Pero I was spending a lot more time in volunteering, and I enjoyed it. I began to enjoy it. I felt valued. I felt recognized. I felt appreciated. So dapat yun ang makukuha natin ng mga Filipinos o mga migrants na hindi lang yung ako. Pag magbigay ka, makikita mo na meron kang matatanggap pabalik.
Iyan po talaga yata ang concept na hindi pa ma-appreciate ng mga Pilipino, for example, until na nandito na sila sa ganitong sitwasyon. Kasi po nung nasa New Zealand ako, we have an experience where mga bagong salta din, dala yung family, they have this high hopes na ang lifestyle nila sa Pilipinas is the same lifestyle nila paglipat nila sa New Zealand. And then after 2 weeks, ubos na yung pera nila, lang sila, tour, kaysa sa mag-concentrate sa paghanap ng trabaho at sa pag-settle or get to know the networks, na sila na parang na disillusion sa kanilang plan. So I think based on your experience, sir, and based on that certain pattern na mentality ng mga Pilipino na ako, siguro dapat talaga is shift natin yung thinking natin in terms of, okay, I'm here now, what can I do to help my new home country? We can call it home country, adopted country. Or
it is our choice to be here.
Exactly.
It's our choice. It's our choice to be here. No? Hindi tayo, sabi ko nga dun sa meron kaming grupo dito ng mga cavaliers, yung mga former military. And I gave an inspirational talk sa kanila. Sabi ko nga, you came here, you made a choice to stay. You now belong here. Right? What can you do as being part of this organization? You cannot always look back in the Philippines and say, I belong there. What are you doing here?
New life ka na. Draw the line.
It's your choice. Choice mo pumunta dito at madalas lang kasi mga Pinoy maghanap ng masisisi. Sasabihin, racial discrimination. Alam mo, hindi yan ang nakikita kong problema Kasi kung if I was the person who's going to make a decision kung sinong i-hire ko, there's one position available, there's 20 applicants, it is my responsibility. If I make the wrong choice, ako ang madadali. So, it's not dahil ikaw lang hindi lang naman ikaw ang kandidato Natitingnan na, sasabihin niya, sa dami ng qualifications ko, bakit hindi ako pinili? Hindi naman yan ang basis If we have 5 people who are shortlisted and sasabihin nila, any of this would qualify, titingnan nila ngayon dito, sino mag-fit dito sa organization, yan ang pipiliin niya, pero siya ang responsable So he makes the decision. So, move on. Alam mo, if Ako I actually applied for 200 jobs noon. I was in South Australia when I applied, and I got the offer from Melbourne, and they paid for my fare and my my moving, pati yung pamilya, mga kapatid kong nandun. Lipat lahat papunta dito.
Alam ka namang hindi kayo lumipat, nandito yung opportunity.
Yeah, so basta kwan lang, tiyaga lang. Pero huwag mag-isipin na lagi akong inaapi dito. Bakit ako napupunta dito sa Australia? Ano ko, dito direct.
So, ibig sabihin, sir, ang isa pa nating parang pinaka-lesson na masashare sa kanila, they have to be open. They have to be open sa opportunity. They cannot be close-minded na, halimbawa po, yung mga hindi pa nakakaranas maging cleaner. They refuse a potential job opportunity to be a cleaner. Pero lagi ko sinasabi sa mga bagong salta na namimit ko, yung local experience, malaking factor yon through volunteering and through paid work to get your resume closest to your dream job. Hindi mo makukuha agad yon, but at least slowly and slowly, pag may nakikita ka ng evidence na pwede ka mag-work in Australian environment, you know how to become a team player, you are developing your skills, yan na, lalapit ka na sa dream mo. Pero kung sinasabi mo, hindi ako pwede dyan kasi wala ako experience dyan, pero you're not willing to try, may hirapan po tayo.
Kasama yun sa hinahanap ng employer. Kasama yun sa hinahanap. So, tama yung sinasabi mo. In volunteering, marami ka makukuha. Hindi lang yung new skills, kundi pati yung pag-network, pakipag-usap sa ibang tao, especially mga ibang lahi. Marami kang makukuha. Plus, yung ang network mo gives you more opportunities dahil alam mo yung mga may namimit ako mga Pilipino sa akin tumatawag, for example, napakikilala ko sila sa mga kakilala ko na. Right? So, linking. Oh, yun I'm connecting dots. Basta yun ang ginagawa ko, nagkuhan lang information and referral, pasa lang dito. I'm not looking for anything in return. Basta ginawa mo lang, babalik yan at babalik eh.
Correct.
Huwag ka lang mag-isip na, hindi ko gagawin yan, walang bayad. Mag-volunteer ka. And you will know somebody there who will, yun ang stepping stone mo to a better job.
Correct. Alam niyo po, for the benefit of our audience, at least sa Windham, and I'm sure other councils as well, meron silang mga systems din to reward efforts. For example, yung po ating National Volunteers Week, merong local version yan. If you are a part of any volunteer group in the community and you join events like this, you will feel you will belong. Kasi nandun na yung bibigay sa iyo ng pagpapahalaga ng local council na okay, nag-volunteer ka, ito yung effort mo. In other ways naman, they provide you with your upskilling activities. For example, like in Windham, nag-member po kayo sa building blocks group. Nag-member din ako ng building blocks. So, yung sense of leadership mo and sense of belonging na-develop through programs like that. So, if may mga free or sponsored or subsidized training programs, please take advantage of that. Kasi good opportunity din yun. Yes, sir, are you aware about any more institutional recognition efforts? For example po, yung embassy natin, ano pong itinutulong o consulate natin, ano po bang itinutulong nun para sa mga Filipinos who are here and still struggling to find their place, so, mga ganyan.
Kagaya na nabanggit mo, marami mga awards or recognition na binibigay. Part yan ng proper governance or proper management ng organization because you need to show that you appreciate the work of your volunteers. So meron yan. So ako, as I've said, I volunteered full-time for more than 25 years. Ayaw ko, dami ko ng yung wall ko doon puno na ng mga awards, yung mga from national level to state level to local level. Right? Marami kong mga awards. Meron kong sa third sector, for example, which is community volunteering. I was finalist doon sa Australian of the Year. I was nominated for the Australia Medal. Right? Marami akong nakukuha. And then dito sa council mismo, I got the Community Engagement Award, right? And then, meron rin yung ibang mga awards, youth, sports, environment, and then pinagpipilian dun yung Citizen of the Year. And in 2015, I was named Citizen of the Year of Windham. And that's the first time merong migrant na bigyan ng recognition na yan. First time na migrant, obviously first time na Filipino.
So another milestone that...
first time. First time. So, kasi, tingnan mo, when you are named Citizen of the Year, and that's what I got, you are compared to the the mainstream. You are not singled out as migrant. You are not given a Filipino award. You're not given a migrant award. You're given Citizen of the Year award. You are parang tinimbang ka, pero hindi kulang.
Hindi kulang. Nakuha nyo na nga.
It was the first time in the history siguro ng Windham that I had to go up that stairs 3 times and deliver 3 speeches.
Talaga po?
Right? 3 speeches. 3 speeches for that volunteer awards night. Because nakuha ko yung community engagement award. I had to give a speech. And then yung aking community group na inorganize, the Migrant Hub, got the community group award. And then nagkaroon pa ng Citizen of the Year. So akong nanalo. So I had to give another award. And at that time, nabali kasi yung aking leg dito, upper leg, dahil sa volunteering. Tinutulungan ko yung mga asylum seekers. Nahulog ako sa trailer. So 6 months ako naka-wheelchair at saka nasa hospital. So naka-crutches ako umaakit sa stage. They had to make sure that the stage was strong enough or safe para sa akin pag-akyat. But I had to go up and down the stage not in wheelchair but in crutches. So talagang dramatic entrance ako nandun. But I prepared 4 speeches.
Yeah. Just in case. Pero sir, ibig sabihin, if I will visualize that, talagang nandun yung by hook or by crook. Kailangan nandun kayo. Crutches, wheelchair, you have to be there to represent your group, for example, to show your appreciation then and pagbibigay pahalaga sa mga awards.
Alam mo nandun yung mga anak namin. Nandun yung mga anak namin sa baba tables. I was given 10 seats in the function. 10 seats as a nominee para doon sa community group, 10 seats para doon sa community engagement award. So may 20 guests ako. Yung isang table para sa taga-migrant hub, yung isa para sa pamilya ko. And it was important for me na nandun sila. That's why it was memorable para sa akin. Because, alam niyo, pag volunteer ka, yung mga anak mo, yung pamilya mo nag-iisip why are you wasting time? Sinusweldohan ka ba dyan? Yun ang mga tanong ay sasabihin ng mga anak, hindi naman sinasabi sa akin directly, pero alam ko, tinatanong nila, why are you spending time, working and giving that kind of service free of charge? You're not making any money. You could make money as a systems analyst, as a computer programmer. You could be making more money there. Why are you wasting your time? So, nahulog ka na nga dyan, balik na yung paa mo, nandyan ka pa rin, 2 o'clock in the morning, nandun ka, tumutulong ka sa asylum seekers. But, so there's, I know they had the questions. But, that time, when I went up there, I know, nakikita nila that the time was not wasted.
Yun na yung combination ng lahat po ng na-spend yun na time and energy and your spirit in helping
so
others.
It was not wasted and the efforts were appreciated.
Yes.
It's hindi yun mababayaran ng sweldo Hindi mo mabayaran ng pera yun. So, yan ang kuha natin dito na nakakatulong ka sa ibang tao. Hindi yung ginagawa mo dahil meron kang ini-expect na babalik sa'yo. Gawin mo lang. Ngayon, alam mo, marami akong 1,000 asylum seekers yung natulungan namin. Wala kami nakukuhang grant from the government. Natutulungan namin. Hanggang ngayon dito sa Werribee, namimit ko yung mga asylum seekers, mga taga-Afghanistan, taga-Syria, pumupunta sa akin, sabi niya, Walter, hindi ko na makilala
hindi nyo na makilala.
I was in the house. Walter, my family is here already.
Yun po yung mga ripple effect na sinasabi na hindi yung effort na akala nyo ito lang ang ginawa ninyo, pero para sa kanila napakalaki na nun at nagkaroon na ng benefit yon, ibig sabihin nagkaroon na ng bunga yon. And hopefully with that inspires them to also help out or to also do something for their own community.
In a way, you are planting seeds.
Yes.
Pero you are not doing that because you want the fruit, right? Alam mo lang na pag nag-plant ka, mamumunga yun. Pero hindi mo tinatanim dahil gusto mo makakuha ng award. You did not do these things to get the awards or recognition. You just did it. But the more you do it, the more you feel recognized, the more you feel belonging.
Yeah. Pero as a parang follow-up question, totoo po ba na it takes special people, for example you, to have that kind of characteristic, altruism or desire to serve others? Or yung bang mga iba na parang, I'm still tentative, may pag-asa pa bang magkaroon ng mag-flourish din yung ganong desire at ganong skill sa kanila?
Well, mindset yan eh. Mindset yan kung talagang gusto mong tumulong. No? Look, ako, ang training ko is military. I'm trained to fight for my country, no? And help the other person na kalaban ng gobyerno ng kung merong mamatay siya ng kwan. Yun ang trabaho. Hindi yung volunteering eh. We are not trained to be ang training.
Kayo ang chess pieces.
yung ang kwan ng sa military doctrine is you need to win the hearts and minds of the community. Pero meron kang objective, meron kang military objective, and it's a means to an end. When you're a volunteer, there's no military objective. You're just doing it. Kaya siguro sa military, makakasamahan ko sa PMA, wala akong nakikitang talaga nagbo-volunteer. Right? But to me, it's my choice. Because I came to Australia at then I felt that situation noon na I did not feel belonging. And I know it's the same situation sa karamihan. The other thing is, well, I'm a born-again Christian. So, nandiyan na sa akin yung puso ko na gustong tumulong sa kanin. Hindi yan nature ko nagiging sa pagiging military man. And I'm sure now, maraming military ko ngayon na tinitingnan talagang community development as part of, well, a major part of their role to be part of the community. Yan. Pero at the time that I was training, hindi yan ang training namin. Right? But nagbago yung aking attitude. At nakikita ko naman sa aking ginagawa ay na-appreciate, then I felt belonging. Right? Ganon yun. So ngayon, meron tayong yung tanong mo na initially, yung tungkol sa mga recognition. Importante yun because as we've said in the beginning, a lot of people do not feel they belong. A lot of people do not feel recognized. A lot of people don't feel appreciated. So as an organization, whatever organization you have, make sure you appreciate and come up with a time of the year, for example, that you recognize volunteers, people who deserve. It's not just about gawin mo yan. No. Kung yung mga may gumagawa ng maganda, you appreciate them. So we need those kinds of events, those kinds of recognitions, awards, para mga ganyan, para makikita ng mga tao that they are appreciated and people can look forward to getting something like that as well. Na meron silang maaasahan na reward. Although hindi dapat nga yun ang objective. Meron namang nakikitang bumabalik. Yun.
And I'm pretty sure marami sa inyo siguro ang meron ding parang inner desire or paano ba ako makatulong? Meron namang mga may ganon. Yung iba nagsastruggle, pero yung iba may ganon. So ano naman ang tip nyo dun sa mga meron nang napaplant na seed? Paano nila ngayon ma-reach closer yung sense of belonging nila? Saan sila magvo-volunteer? Paano ba sila magsisimulang pagvo-volunteer?
So there is no shortage of opportunities to give back, to be kind. There's no shortage of opportunities. All you have to do is look. Right? Sa opisina, meron ka nakikita dyan, nalulungkot na tao. Gumagawa ka lang, kakausapin mo lang ng balita. Anong kaya ba sa ito? No, even that kind of conversation is good enough for them. That's what they needed at that time. Right? So meron ka lang yung mindset ba na nag-iisip kang, paano ba, sino bang pwede kong tulungan today? Paano ba ako makatulong to somebody else today? I'm part of this community in Windham or Brimbank or wherever. What can I do for my community? If you have that mindset, if you open your eyes lang, marami kang makikita. Marami kang makikita. Nandyan yun eh. Mayroon mga tumatawag sa akin, Walter, I'd like to volunteer. And we appreciate that very much. We try to find something. Kaya lang yung organization ko ngayon, hindi na siya nag-operate talaga as before. Kasi nga, nung Tony Abbott became Prime Minister, he stopped the boats. Nawala na kami ng mga clients. So, in-stop na muna namin. But we're starting to do something now, which is building or starting, like tomorrow, meron kaming workshop na on organizing cooperatives.
Bagong initiatives.
Cooperatives yan. Again, meron ka lang, sasabihin mong, we want to plant trees to supply Windham and the other suburbs with trees because everybody's talking about increasing their tree canopy cover. So we want to help in that. But we're doing this in a cooperative model dahil we know that cooperative model is a clear example of social and economic inclusion. Right? So ma-involve yung mga tao, merong financial benefits sila makukuha. Yun ang pag-uusapan bukas.
Wow.
Ganun.
So busy na naman kayo.
Oh, I'm excited about this. Actually nga, meron pa isang Pilipino, gumawa rin siya ng isang technology content ngayon sa climate launch pad. It's an international competition. So nag-submit na ako yung idea ko. Yung kanya, sinabit niya rin, pero yung kanya more technical. Meron yung foreign exchange, forest carbon exchange, na may PhD ito na Pilipino. Eh yan, nabalitaan niya kaninang tanghali na he was selected to be part of a boot camp. And international competition yan. And we need to recognize those kinds of people. Ang daming Pilipinong ganyan. Ang dami natin mga Pilipino. So we want to do some recognition. So meron tayong grupo ngayon called Agila. Australia, Association of a generation of Filipino Australians inspiring leaders. Hindi word for
Something
word.
like that.
Something like that. So Agila, so mayroong Agila Awards yung iniisip nila ngayon sa community. Again, I'm more of an enabler. I do not want to be president of this organization. Let other people, I'm already getting older. I'd like to give a chance to younger people to take over, to manage. So I'm advising, I'm mentoring, gano'n. Pero yun ang isang purpose ngayon is maghanap ng paraan paano yung mga younger generation, yung next leaders natin, the leaders of tomorrow can be inspired, developed, and enabled to become leaders of their community. But hindi lang yung Filipino community. Ang problema natin dito, we're always looking at just Filipino community. Diba? Yun ang passion ko eh. How can I get more Filipinos to aim higher? Kasi alam mo ang Pilipino nga dito, problema natin is we are in the forgotten middle. Right? We are neither outstanding, but we're also not problematic. Dito lang tayo
safe lane.
Comfort zone natin to eh. Hindi tayo lumalabas. Yan ang forgotten middle. Hindi tayo gumagalaw sa pinagkakaroon natin. But kaya ng Pinoy. Kaya ng Pinoy. Paano natin sila ma-encourage na lumabas? Diba?
So, yun nga po, ang kailangan natin visibility. So, halimbawa yung mga, sabi ko nga kanina, yung mga naghahanap, mag-start kayo sa interest ninyo. If you're interested in economics or yung mga business, interested kayo sa mother's health, women's health, interested kayo sa youth, interested kayo sa young learners, interested kayo sa older people, interested kayo sa people with disabilities. Doon kayo mag-start mag-connect even in your immediate environment, or hahanapin nyo yung mga community leaders na katulad ni Sir Walter, and then yun na, mag-join ka sa group namin, mag-join ka sa gano'n. Doon na po magsisimula siguro yung in the future yung community membership and things like that.
And don't wait until you get unemployed to start volunteering. Even when you are employed, you can find time. You can find time to volunteer. You mag-impok ka na ngayon. You plant seeds. Right? Lalabas at darating ang panahon na kailangan mo na, sasabihin mo, sayang pala. I mean, golf is good. Fishing is good. But if you can just find time to give back to the community, babalik yan.
At saka nakalimutan ko, Sir Walter, meron pala tayong idea ng virtual volunteering na ngayon, yung mga remote. You don't have to be on site to volunteer. Pwedeng sa bahay.
Yep.
Pwedeng in front of a computer. Pwedeng pagtawag-tawag, katulad nyo nung sabi nyo nga, checking up on other people. O, kamusta ka na ba? Baka mamaya, it's a phone call lang kailangan nila to lift up their spirits.
Tama.
So, yun po ang mga different ways. So, yung mga bagong salta ng mga Pinoy, umpisahan nyo na.
O, mas na estudyante kayo. Estudyante. Kasi estudyante, most likely, kaya kayo pumunta naman dito dahil gusto niya rin maging permanente. Right? So, sa tamang panahon, na may naka-plano ng Diyos na mangyari kayong permanent resident, kung ngayon kayo nagkakaroon na ng volunteering work, makikita ng future employers yan. Makikita yan. So, ngayon kayo magtanim. magtanim kayo ngayon. So kayo, meron kayong matrabaho ngayon, happy kayo ngayon, okay lang yung mag-enjoy. Biyahe-biyahe tayo, walang international travel ngayon. Pwede rin mamasyal sa iba't ibang mga regional areas o sa ibang states. But find time, do something, right? And the more you do it, I'm sure you will feel more belonging, more appreciated. So tayo dito, meron tayo niyan. Meron sa Pilipinas, meron din yan, may presidential awards. Yung tinatawag ng Banaag Awards, pamana ng Filipino Awards. Meron yan every year nagbibigay ng ganyan. Si Manny Asuncion got the Banaag Awards for being a playwright, and he was a very good playwright. Gumawa siya nitong Dulaang Bayan. Dulaang Bayan, so mga plays ang ginagawa niya ngayon. He got the presidential awards. I'm not sure when it was 2019 or 2018. Right? Meron tayong mga Order of Australia Medal awardees dito sa iba't ibang states. Wala sa Victoria.
Ay?
Wala sa Victoria.
Hindi tayo represented?
Wala. Walang awards na tatanggap ng ganyan. Does that mean na walang qualified?
That's not probably the case. Pero walang nagpo-put forward.
Wala. Kasi, alam mo, paminsan isipin kasi ng iba, mas magaling pa ako dyan. Bakit siya makatanggap ng OAM?
Ba't hindi naman nila nag-try din para may...
So, yun ang ginagawa natin sa Aguila Awards. Yun ang plano anyway. Again, I'm not the president or chair dyan. So, yung leadership dyan ngayon, yan ang iniisip nila. That if we can identify yung mga awards in different fields like in computer technology or agribusiness or whatever, if we have that, then we have a pool of yung awardees natin, pool of talents na pwede natin kuha ngayon. Time na naman to give an award. Ako, nakatanggap din ako ng Filipino-Australian Achiever Award from the PhilCA, Filipino, yung umbrella body ng Filipinos. Nakatanggap ako ng ganun. Look, darating na yung time na yun. Sinong kunin natin? Meron tayong pool. But it doesn't mean that we're limiting it from there.
Yeah.
Ang problema lang kasi, pag meron ganyan, gusto nating mag-nominate, wala tayong man-nominate. Ang dami naman nating magagaling. Lumalabas sa Philippine Times, ang dami mga magagaling ng Pinoy dyan. Huwag tayong maging madamot at sasabihin natin, mas magaling ako dyan. No. Get somebody to nominate you also kung kailangan. But huwag mong pigilan yung iba na manominate. Let's get more people nominated and let's get more people being awarded. We'll choose from them and then we'll nominate them for the Australia Awards.
That's
so
right.
Banaag Awards sa Pilipinas. Whatever awards, kasi alam mo, importante yung nomination. Meron dyan mga nakakatanggap at meron akong mga kakilala na may mga OAM na wala namang nagagawa.
So, paano sila nagkaroon ng
meron magaling na gumawa ng write-up.
Para sa profile nila.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So,
meron
meron
dyan.
Kaya po natin
Hindi
silang tapatan.
Hindi ko pwedeng magbigay ng specific dyan. So, importante lang na, alamin natin na hindi lahat meron ka magandang magsulat ng iba. At hindi naman ibig sabihin na yun ang paraan. Right? Pabayaan natin. I mean, they deserve it. It's an independent body na posibleng hindi ko nakikita ng iba. So, ganun din dapat yung attitude natin. Maraming Pilipino dyan magagaling. Hindi mo man alam, magtanong ng ganun. At kung sakaling sa tingin mo mayroong posibilidad na pwede siyang i-endorse mo. Huwag mo nang ipagkait.
Sa tao na yun, kasi deserve naman niya.
Kung pwede. Para doon tayo magkukuha ng mga leaders. The more we have of them, the more people will say, okay, I'm going to run for council next year. Kasi yung profile mo, okay na eh. Diba? Sa akin, kaya ako nanalo ako. I was Citizen of the Year. I had all these awards and I was here already for 32 years.
Hinog na kayo.
Kilala na. Hindi ako nag-campaign eh. Hindi ako nag-campaign. Gumastos ako $100 sa campaign. Pang photocopy lang, may humingi, nag-photocopy ako. Pero hindi ako nag-iikot doon, nag-door knocking or whatever. Dahil nakilala na ako.
That's right.
Nakilala ng mga tao, alam na ng tao na may ginagawa ako sa community.
Correct.
And between you and somebody else na wala nila nakikinig yung pangalan, dyan sila sa bubuto sa iyo. Papakita ka lang. But again, I did not run because I wanted to be a councilor.
Of course.
I'm right.
Spirit of service.
Right. I'd like to run as member of parliament again. I ran in 2018. Not because I want to be an MP. Matanda na ako eh. Gusto ko na mag-retire din. Retired na yung wife ko. Gusto ko na rin mag-retire din. Pero kung merong opportunity ng Pilipino magiging member of parliament, then
that would be the dream.
simulan lang eh. Importante lang masimulan. Ako, meron akong kunting momentum. Bigyan ng chance. I'll try it again. Kung manalo, okay. Kung hindi, well, I'll help develop the next generation. But I'll give it a try because I want to see a Filipino in Parliament.
Yeah. So, ibig sabihin, it's never too late.
Volunteering,
never too late. Volunteering, you don't have an age requirement or skill requirement. As long as what you can offer, may i-offer mo, okay na po yun, di ba? So, what's your final message, sir, dun sa mga nakikiliti na natin to feel na you can belong, you don't have to feel na nobody appreciates you? Ano po yung pinaka-final message sa kanila?
Mga kapinoy, ang importante dito ngayon is, nandito na tayo sa Australia. Ako personally, I'm interested in what's happening in the Philippines, sa politics sa Philippines. But nobody asked me my opinion tungkol sa mga gagawin nila. So I'm not really spending a lot more time about analyzing what's happening there. In the meantime, andito na tayo sa community na to. We are part of this community. It is our choice. Walang nagpwersa sa atin. In fact, today, we can go back kung gustuhin natin. But if we stay, then we are already part of this organization. We need to feel belonging. If we don't feel belonging, maybe you're not doing enough to feel belonging. Right? So, start doing something now. Give back. Volunteer. Find something to do in your community. But look up. Let's not stay in the middle. Forgotten middle. Nobody really cares about us. We are not outstanding, but we are not problematic. Andito lang tayo, comfort zone natin. Okay lang tayo. No! Kaya ng Pinoy. Ipakita natin sa mundo.
That's right. So, kahit na nasa down under tayo sa Australia, we still have a place. And we can make a difference sa ating community. Wise words talaga. Sir, kailangan bumalik kayo lagi dito sa aking show, ha? magiging co-host ko na kayo niyan. Ang dami-dami nating pwedeng pag-usapan. Madami-dami nating mga issues
dahil dito. Dahil marami tayong pwedeng gawin.
Kaya nga po. So, marami pa kayo pating projects na involved. So, if anytime gusto nyo mag-update din, you can do that in our show. So, thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you very much po for listening to us. It's been very wonderful na direct ang aming interaction at sana marami kayong napulot na wisdom, nuggets of wisdom today. So again, this is Mimi Aurelia and with Sir Walter saying goodbye. See you again in a future episode. Don't forget that Samut-Sari Conversations with Mimi is a member of the Guerrilla Podcast Syndicate. Please go to the website, guerrillapodcast.com. Marami pa pong ibang podcast and shows doon na ma-enjoy ninyo. And for my podcast naman, please don't forget to like, subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. And my email is below if you need to contact me. Bye-bye! See you soon! If you find value in this episode, make sure you like and subscribe to be notified of new releases. If you have any questions or suggestions, please reach out to Guerrilla Podcast or send us an email at mimi@dinosocial.com. Spread the word and don't forget to tune in next time.